Hello there and welcome to another video of Des Illustrates. Today we are gonna take a look at this new upgrade box, and I was pretty happy with it when I opened it for the first time. It's the December box, and the little booklet that was in it and everything gave away pretty quickly that it had something to do with some water soluble medium, and then I found out that it was the Spectrum Noir aqua markers, and I had seen those online and they looked really fun because you get 3 colors in each marker that go really well together. So yeah, I couldn't wait to swatch them out and to play around with them. And next to the Spectrum Noir aqua markers, we also get a Pentel mechanical pencil in the box, and a Faber-Castell Eco Pigment marker. The Faber-Castell Eco Pigment marker is a night fast ink and a waterproof ink in the fine liner, so that's really nice. I already own a couple of these. The 0.1 I actually bent the tip on, and this is the exact one that I got, even though in the previous box we already got also a fine liner that was really similar. But yeah, I really like these, and next to that they are light fast and everything. The pigment in the fine liner is eco pigment, and the plastic of the marker is a recycled plastic from the Faber-Castell Eco Pigment line, so I really like that aspect of the pens too. And then we had a PBO drawing gum, and at first I thought that it was maybe some kind of eraser, but it's actually masking liquid in a pen. We get the 0.7 millimeters, and I had never used anything like this. I do have this little bottle of Winsor & Newton masking liquid, but I don't really get along with that, so I was curious to see how I liked this one. And then the Spectrum Noir markers that we were looking at right now, that come in a pack of 3, and each marker has also 3 colors in it. So in total you get 9 colors in 3 markers, and I think that's a really nice touch to give in each marker 3 colors that go really well together. The selection that they gave us in this one is the Great Outdoors one, and it has really nice greens, blues and purples in it, and I really love the selection of these colors together. So yeah, really nice box. Then there was also a print of the co-captain of this box art, and that was from Vimo DSGN. I think that's short for design. Yeah, it's a German artist, and their art is really pretty. So I think I will be definitely hanging this one on my wall. Next to that we also got a little sticker sheet with also one design of the co-captain and a design by someone else that was sent in. I really love these, and I already stuck them onto my sketchbooks. I think they are really cute, both of them. Also a really nice addition. And then lastly in the box, that is still an art supply, is the Art Space watercolor pad. This is an aquarelle paper or watercolor paper, A5 and 300 grams. I never tried out anything by this brand, so it was new to me. And inside of the pot was also some extras, and that was some tracing paper and some mixing paper, so you can scribble a bit of the watercolor marker onto the mixing paper, and then you can mix it with a little brush or a bit of water, and then you can have a watered down or a mixed version of the color that's inside of the marker. I think that is a really nice thing to add, a really nice addition, and I think that in combination with these markers that will be really nice to use. In the battle post that's included in this box, we have as usual the supplies laid out and what they are, how much they cost, what brand they are, if there are other colors available, and as such. From the Spectrum Nord one we also have a coupon code for a specific website. I must say that I was tempted because I really liked the medium, but yeah, I haven't really painted much with them yet, so I want to do some more art with them before I decide if I really need them or not. And further on in the battle post we also have the 12 months of full art that we had in the previous boxes, a little video with tips and tricks how to use these mediums, posts from the last box in the Upgrade battle, and the Sailor of the Month, and also that they now have something they call a golden crate, where you can get €50 coupon code for their shop, so that's really nice. Yeah, and then a little bit of an overview of everything. With this month's Upgrade battle you can win the Spectrum Nord, all 4 sets. And I also really liked that the Sailor of the Month of this month was someone that I also follow on YouTube, and that is the Color Cave. She also does unboxings and she also does art with what's in the box. I haven't really done that yet, but I really liked seeing her in this little battle post thing we always get. So yeah, that was what was all in the box. Here we take a little bit of a close-up view to one of the brush nibs that is on these aqua markers, and as you can see it's a nice pick with a good point, and as we will see later on it's also really flexible, so I really like that. And within the little box of the markers was this little pamphlet which gives you tips about the markers, the papers to use, how to mix and blend them, and also on the back of the little paper we have some primary and secondary color advice and some advice about temperatures and complementary colors. So if you even are completely new to using watercolors and color theory, then they even have a little bit of help inside the little box. That is not special to the Upgrade box. If you buy them separate, then that's also inside of the little box, so that's really nice. Here you can also see that tracing paper and the mixing palette that is in front that I was talking about earlier. And I tried to take a bit of a close-up of the texture of the paper that is inside the box, and you can see that it has a really mold-like texture, like it was made in a mold. However, something that I didn't notice right away and that I only noticed after filming the video is that the paper, you can use both sides, and the front side that I'm using right now has a bit of a cold press texture and is rougher, and the back side of the paper is smoother and has more of like a hot press texture. So that is something that I haven't filmed and it isn't in this video, but that I noticed afterwards. And maybe that the pen that I'm using right now, the drawing gum, that is a masking fluid inside the pen, that also would have been a little bit easier on the smoother side, because I had a bit of trouble of getting it going on this side of the paper, but once I had it going, it did really well. And that also might be because the pen is new, because you had to press the nib and shake it and everything in the beginning, like you have to do with paint markers. So that might also why it had a bit of a bumpy start. The markers you don't have to do that with, they just work right away. The Spectrum nor watercolor markers. The pinks that were in this box, that if you water them down with a brush after that you put them down, like I'm doing right now, especially the top two ones that seem really vibrant, they became really lost their vibrancy really quickly. The middle one was the worst, but that was a bit of a shame, because they looked really vibrant in color, and the middle one even changed a bit with the water, so that was a bit of a shame. I really liked the color selection, like I said before, and here you can see what I meant, that each pen has 3 colors that really match well together. With the greens, I accidentally put down the same color twice, so the dark green on the bottom is the same as the dark green at the top, so I put a bit of the yellow green that was supposed to go there next to it. But yeah, if you want to mix these 3 colors that are in one marker, that will go really well and with no problems. Also, they re-wet really well on the paper when I just put them down, but if they are already on the paper longer, then it takes a bit of more scrubbing on the paper, and the paper that is in the box doesn't really take that much of scrubbing. It is not a cotton paper or anything, just pulp paper, so that's not really made for it. But you can see, like I'm doing here right now, that if you mix it a bit on the paper, that goes fairly well without any trouble. And also re-wetting the swatches that I already did not too long after, that also went really well. When I was mixing these, I also picked a few colors that I could know up front what I thought that they would mix if I would pick them from normal pens, to also check a bit if they would mix like normal watercolors in the color theory, like they also gave you in the little pamphlet. And all these 3 colors mixed like I expected them to do, so that tells me that the colors that are in there are clean colors, so that we can mix them without getting really weird colors, like the blue and the purple just makes a purple and not some muddy mess. Like I had mentioned before in a previous video, that some watercolors that have multiple pigments, it gets a bit unpredictable what they mix into, like I have with some of my colors from Van Gogh, and these don't have that, so that's a really nice plus, since you don't have that many colors to pick from. So if you want to have a more detailed painting, you will have to go and mix very quickly. Here I was painting over the drawing gum, and after that rubbing it away, and as you can see, it works really well. You do have to push really hard on the paper to get the drawing gum off the paper, but I think that's with all masking fluids. And at last I was gonna test the little mixing palette and how easy it was to mix the colors on that. And as you can see, that went very easy and you get really watercolor-like effects, so that's really nice. And you can also, while you are painting, mix in a bit more yellow like I did here, and then go slowly to another color so the transition goes nicer. Something that I also want to mention about these markers is that I suspect that they are not pigment based but dye based, and that means that they are probably not light fast, or most likely not light fast. I am not planning on using these on paintings that I eventually want to sell or anything. I'm planning on using these in my sketchbooks just for fun, and I don't mind them not being light fast in that, but yeah, that's for everyone on its own. I do think you can make really beautiful art with these. The colors are lovely, they mix lovely, they paint lovely, they wet really nicely if the paper allows it. So yeah, I think they are a super lovely addition if you like to play around with water-soluble media. That was it for today. I wanna thank you very much for watching. If you liked it, please leave a like and subscribe. I also want to thank my Patreons very much for supporting me over there and with this channel. So I hope to see you all next time. Bye!